Wisdom Shorts.
The past is seldom as we would have it, the future yet to be known. Embrace the present and strike all else from concern. Spartacus. In the Gladiator training school of Capua, a young fighter named Marcus sat alone in the corner, his head buried in his hands, consumed by regret and fear. His fellow gladiators surrounded him, their voices filled with concern. "Marcus," whispered Crixus, "you've been like this for days. You barely eat. You can't focus during training." Spartacus looked across the training ground at the broken young man. Marcus had lost his first arena fight badly, and the shame was destroying him from within. Gannicus, shaking his head sadly, approached Spartacus. "He keeps reliving that defeat, and now he's terrified of his next fight. At this rate, he'll die in the arena." Spartacus walked slowly toward Marcus, who was staring blankly at the sand beneath his feet. Without a word, Spartacus sat down beside the young gladiator. Marcus, lost in his torment, didn't even notice. "Tell me," Spartacus said gently, "what do you see when you look at this sand?" Marcus looked up, confused. "I see the place where I fell, where I failed, where everyone saw my weakness." Suddenly, and without warning, Spartacus scooped up a handful of sand and let it flow slowly through his fingers. Marcus watched, mesmerized, as each grain fell away, disappearing into the ground forever. "Look closer," Spartacus said, his voice carrying the wisdom of a man who had faced death countless times. "What do you see now?" Marcus stared at the falling sand, his face beginning to show understanding. "I see. Each grain falling away, gone forever." Spartacus nodded, brushing the remaining sand from his palm. "Tell me," he said, "can you hold on to yesterday's sand?" "No," Marcus replied, his voice growing stronger. "It's already fallen." Spartacus smiled with that quiet strength that made him a natural leader. "When you understand that the past is like sand through your fingers, gone forever, no matter how tightly you grip," he declared. "When you realize that tomorrow's sand hasn't even been scooped up yet, then you discover that the only sand that matters is what's in your hand right now." Marcus looked down at his own hands, then back at Spartacus with new clarity. "The present moment," Spartacus continued, "is the only arena where you can actually fight and win." From that day forward, Marcus became one of the most focused and successful gladiators in the school. True strength comes not from dwelling on past failures or fearing future challenges. When we learn to embrace the present moment and release our grip on what's already gone, we discover that right now is the only time we have real power to change our destiny.